when you're working on a movie or for a series, um, visual development is sort of just where you get to sort of explore things. Do you find ever is there generally kind of a lot of creative freedom in that time, or do you start out with kind of like, stay in this sort of realm when you're designing? I guess what I'm asking is, like kind of character design, it's literally a blank slate, or is it? Where you can have so many different iterations, and you need to kind of pivot and move in a different direction. Does that happen much in visual development, or like, actually, let's go in this direction?
Yeah, I know there's generally like a blue sky stage where like you can kind of explore like, oh, some part of the story, right? And it's not really established, or like maybe it's an early part of a script or something, or storyboards, but a lot of like maybe the design is just up in the air. So they get all the artists just to kind of design just whatever they think at the top of their head to design a certain space or even characters or whatnot. And then I'm sure, like, and I'm not really sure always how the script process goes, but like, I'm sure there's something that's been established more in a concrete way. Then the designers will sort of, kind of meld their ideas together or kind of dwindle down a certain idea that works with the director generally. So it's like, yeah, there's kind of more exploratory stuff. And then most of the time, it's like, this is especially like in feature, TV has to go a little bit faster and had to make more quick decisions. And I don't think you can be like too precious. I think even TV has blue sky stages too, but generally it's like, oh, the review process is much quicker, So I almost feel like you probably don't get as much freedom as you would do in a feature. I think with any other kind of studio, there's always like other input from the top or something that will kind of help. I mean, I don't think it's hurt the movie that we're on, because I think it looks lovely, but I'm sure for other films and stuff, it could either help or hurt, the final design sense. It just kind of depends on like what someone wants.
I would also add to that, I think like our experience on the last film, we were asked to kind of be more like idea people.
Yeah.
So I not say that will be every experience we'll have, but that it was very interesting, difference from our last job. You get an assignment, kind of one way to do things, whatever, but the director really wanted us to come up with some concepts or ideas of how something felt and looks. Obviously there'd be input, but a lot of the stuff we did I think there's some ideas that really, I think, hopefully will stay in the movie. But that was a very rare probably experience to have like a little bit more like creative freedom and actually kind of use that, like, that wasn't necessarily visualized well enough in the story. And that's what a lot of people do for visual development, obviously, but I would say that our last experience was definitely a cool one where we got to kind of help out more with blue sky actually during production. And it felt like blue sky, to some degree, but